The man suddenly noticed something strange. His father's portrait was tilted for no reason. He heard a sound and rushed over to check. The poor thief didn't steal anything, but he discovered a terrifying secret inside the house. Just a moment ago the man went out to meet a friend. Right after that the thief slipped into his house, then he pulled out his phone, connected to the mansion's Wi-Fi and turned off all the security systems. After a few quick taps, the mansion belonged to a judge. From all the expensive collectibles around, he probably took plenty of bribes, but the thief didn't come to steal anything. He entered the rich man's house only to paint graffiti and make himself noticed. But just as he was about to start painting, he heard a noise coming from the basement. Jack walked down carefully and saw it was just a fan hitting a lamp. He let out a sigh of relief, but then he noticed a bunch of strange items and some really creepy photos. Jack was terrified. Just as he was about to pick up a photo, he noticed a faint light coming from under a cabinet. He moved closer and quietly unlocked the latch behind it. When he pulled the cabinet open, he found a hidden room. Jack looked through the peephole and what he saw almost gave him a heart attack. But before Jack could even catch his breath, the judge came back. He seemed to sense something was wrong, so he headed straight to the basement. But everything looked normal, only the fan had knocked over a lamp. The judge saw this and let out a sigh of relief. When he went back upstairs, he saw that his father's photo was not straight. That was the same scene as in the beginning. Jack was lucky. He hid under the flower stand and stayed safe. But after he escaped, he stayed nervous for a long time, because in that secret room, he saw a man who had been tortured and was covered in wounds. After hesitating for a moment, Jack decided to call the police. Early the next morning, 2 officers showed up at the judge's house and asked to check every room, but just as they were about to enter the basement, the judge mentioned that his friend was the police chief. "I'm sure you wouldn't think this is a waste of police time. He's your superintendent, isn't he? A good squash player. Comes to me for advice sometimes anyway." After the judge said that, the 2 officers backed off. They gave the basement a quick, meaningless glance and shut the door. Ready to leave, Jack waited anxiously outside. A moment later, he saw them come out clearly. They had found nothing. The judge looked at the crooked portrait and knew someone had broken into his house the night before. But what he didn't know was that Jack had snuck in again that night and was hiding in the basement cabinet. He had made up his mind to rescue the man himself. As the judge entered the secret room, Jack quietly came out of the cabinet, grabbed a hammer, and rushed toward the room.